Let's look at the lineup here, starting with the Carling Knockout champions Orlando Pirates. Now, as you would imagine, with all those players having departed for the training camp, Africa Cup of Nations, Absalom Wadu, the first Moroccan to claim a title of any type in South Africa, in the dugout for Orlando Pirates. Yes, that All-Stars team that we were alluding to. Philip Ndlondlo played back in 2023. He's back. Vilakazi's been part of the squad in all three editions. And Orlando Pirates faithful, I'm sure they'll be keeping a very keen eye on the likes of Sisani and Indar to see how well they have recovered from their respective injuries after a long time out. Now we are underway here. Orlando Pirates getting us up and running, looking to become the first Carling Knockout champions to actually win the Carling Cup against the All-Stars sides. With Stellenbosch and Magesi having both been defeated previously, and they've made a very strong start here. But Sipho Chain playing so well this season, did come on as a sub in the CAF Champions League preliminary rounds after Chain got an injury. Many feel was a little soft. Spent 3 years at Orlando Pirates. Didn't Ndlondlo won the ball really well here. Finding Fundo Vilakazi for Langa. He's lifted it into a fairly dangerous area with his head. But an exhibition, but it is just a little bit more than that, says the ball has moved on here to Van Rooyen. Won this competition back in 2023 with Stellenbosch.
In that, covering the right area, having two players in front of the ball.
Lovely work from Van Rooyen. Maswangani. It's just clipped off the shoulder of Van Rooyen, diverting it away from Butuma. It's a fairly extensive bench for the All-Stars today, but they have to be very careful about how they introduce those players, because they must remain with 5 DDC players on the field. Ermelo and Umlanga. Allende almost gets it right for. So it looks like will be another very, very exciting race in the DSTV Diski Challenge as the All-Stars get forward here. Vilakazi goes down in the box. Referee is producing a yellow card that is marching towards Obrigado, who cannot believe that he will be the first player booked today.
He did well. As we look at it again, he protects the ball with his left, but Makaula nicks his right ankle. So for me, the referee got it all wrong. The right foot leg of Makaula, it nicked Vilakazi's right leg. So the ball was on his left leg, controlling it. So for me, the referee got it absolutely wrong. That was supposed to be called a penalty.
Stars winning 3-0 against Magesi. That's a lovely ball in behind. And just started to run away from. Now this looks promising for Orlando Pirates. Sets up for Van Rooyen. CM.
You know, he's just coming back now from a trip with Kaizer Chiefs.
Now it's gone all the way through. Buthelezi will get there ahead of Hlongwane. His level's gone up significantly as Pirates get forward for the first time in a little while. And this does look promising for them still here. Some desperate defending on the edge of the areas. It's picked up by Maswangani, laid off to Makaula. Keep it going with Dion Hotto. Got the kit managers from the Montville Golden Arrows. Yes, Allende gets it, clips it forwards, looking for Salez. It's not the most convincing clearance from Elisa Ndai, and Salez has won it in the air. Now, will that be a penalty? Referee says no. And as was the case 22 minutes in with Mfundo Vilakazi. Oh,
Left hand.
man.
Left hand on the chest of Hlongwane, then getting away with this one because he pulled Hlongwane back. If he didn't have that left hand on him, Hlongwane was straight to go.
Now Masangani. Butuma racing afterwards, and Peterson gets there first. In your shots, Ponkosi Ponko. Van Rooyen's in plenty of space. He's worked it here to Butuma. Still hanging on to it. Looking for an option. It's Danson. Van Rooyen. Butuma for Danson. Lovely touch. Now Van Rooyen. Space to lift his head and deliver in a ball. Edge of the area for Masangani, cracks it. Pasakama up against his former side. Vilakazi neatly into the path here of Ayende. Oh. Vilakazi seeking to bend it. And it's worked out well for them here. Still the chance, laying it off instead of shooting. Hlongwane. Ayende pulls the trigger. Vilakazi can't work the space. Now Vincent Sithole doing his best defensive work, and Tito's in space, hangs it up towards the back post, nodded down. It was probably the right idea given the angle.
Absolutely, Grant. Brilliant ball from Tito and Radio Pani. Just
Santos strikes, takes a deflection, and over the top. Dushabalala latching onto that one.
told you about Santos. He was going direct, the wall doing its job, but look who pounces from the ricochet of the ball. Mdu Shabalala. That's one player we have in South Africa that knows how to calculate his area and positioning himself in the box. That's Shabalala for you. Excellent.
Comes to nothing. Otto into space. That's a good ball from Otto. Oh! The opener has come in stunning fashion from Luthuli.
From him, you look how he bends his run, but good distribution from Telezi, finding Hoto. Hoto's always be playing those balls, looking for the runs behind the defenders. Look at Luthuli, how he gets to the ball, and he can notice that Mokoena has left his lines. He just loops it over Mokoena, but what a brilliant run. You know, he just ran off the shoulders of the last defenders, freed himself, got to that ball with his lanky feet. He just strided and then he put it just over Mokoena's head. Mokoena just feels that.
Run himself offside. He's picked a great pass here. Edge of the area, shoots, and it's wide of the mark from the 18-year-old. He possesses.
Absolutely. Sometimes the injury, Grant, can set you back, but it's the mental strength to recover from the injury and go to a default setting.
Oh, Rarapani has always had so much strength. Drives forward, oh, scores brilliantly. Deposits that.
Bernard Mokoena. That's because Bernard Mokoena and Radio Pane comes from the Val. Look how he just goes past Nkabinde. Nkabinde should have just closed him down. Strength that he goes past the players, Langa first, and then just puts it past and keeps it hard and low to the furthest corner. And Mokoena is beating. Look at Kabinde let himself down. He should have made a tackle to try block that ball. But Radio Pane, he's the prolific striker you want. You know, he reminds me of the likes of Romario from Brazil back in the days.
And he had a choice to make to go on the outside of Nkabinde and close his. Santos now A little awkward for Lisanda. This falls though for Santos. Shabalala gets it back. Here's Mdu Shabalala. Another very routine save for Buthelezi to make.
A bit better.
Worked hard to try and hang on to that, but Orlando Pirates have it back, and they have a 4-on-3 situation here. Raniapane can't get the better of Sithole. That's short after the watching public with a victory over Orlando Pirates, and has found himself in charge of what has been a tremendous few months for the Buccaneers, and a week on from winning the Carling Knockout Final, they come up against the Carling All-Stars to claim the Carling Cup, and all you can say about today's performance is clinical.
Clinical, Grant, you know, I repeat it again and mimic it again. The strength, the depth that Orlando Pirates has, the signings they've made during the off-season, it's what gives them this results today. Carling Cup All-Stars came back that first half and did so much work, you know, denied 2 penalties, but we're probing